Hello, good morning, students. Today we are going to see the topic functions of personal psychology from the Unit 1 framework of personal psychology. So, you take the situation like finding a job could be a stressful experience for a candidate, like because the candidate has to go through articulate the resume, CV, cover letter, right, etc. So, from the career objective to till the references, the candidate has to properly make the things understandable and well articulated statements. The same thing for the organization also, they have to take the stress while they hiring the candidates. So here the personal psychology it plays the role where it has the purpose to apply psychological principles to assist the organizations through each and every phases, like from the hiring process, training, performance evaluation, and also in job seeking process. So the personal psychologist also help identify required job skills as well as for the best selective creative selection methods. So if you see the functions of personal psychology, there are mainly 10 functions, like say from the first one, like employee selection and assessment. So in this process, they will develop and implement a selection procedure with set of steps, which is also including interviews, assessments, and tests to identify and hire the qualified candidates. So here, the personal psychologist conduct the job analysis to determine the essential skills, the knowledge and abilities required for the specific role. According to the JD, job description, they prepare this selection procedure and assessment. So that second point, the performance appraisal and feedback. So in this part, the psychologist will design the performance appraisal system and methods for evaluating the employee performance. Like they keep some kind of psychometric test. Okay, they have their own scale of assessments or metrics. Also, they create a feedback mechanism to provide employees with constructive feedback on their work and areas of improvement. So when we say constructive feedback, that will be giving the best results and that will help to boost the performance of employee and organization. So number three, the training and development part. So they assess the organizational training needs and designing the training programs to improve the employee skills and knowledge. So they develop the training evaluation procedure also to measure the effectiveness of the training initiatives. So even the training curriculum and the development agenda or the process also is being well articulated by the personal psychologist. So when you see in the fourth point, like workplace diversity and inclusion, they advise organizations on diversity and inclusion strategies, including the development of inclusive hiring practices and diversity training programs, analyze the diversity's data and recommend initiatives to the promote inclusivity. So inclusivity will be done for various profile of candidates, respective of gender, no, the cultural background, the economy background, the social background, etc. So when you look at the fifth point of organizational culture and change management, they analyze the organizational culture and they will assess that to identify the areas of improvement, how the organization can go further in their journey. Also assisting with the change management efforts by helping the organization how they can navigate the various transitions and how to adapt to the new situations or circumstances in future. So according to the point number six, the like team dynamics and group processes, yes, the psychologist will also assess and improve the team dynamics, including communication, collaboration, and conflict resolution among the working employees. Right? They also develop strategies to enhance team effectiveness and productivity in the working place. Also, the leadership development it is also a highly benefited a point. So they identify leadership potentials also within the organization and create leadership development programs. They offer the various coaching and feedback to help the leaders to lead the organization in a well manner. So they equip the leaders with the leadership skills. As per the point 8, they also involved in employee engagement and satisfaction through conducting various surveys and gather some data to measure the employee engagement and their job satisfaction level and morale. So that will give some kind of insights, and that will give some recommendations to improvise the employee well-being in future. Also, employee well-being and stress management, it takes a major part of personal psychology, where they will address the various issues at the time of working place, working time. Okay, the stress issues, the burnout, the work-life balance, all will be dealt to support the mental health and the promotion of the well-being of employees. So, in the last point of conflict resolution and mediation, of course, the psychologist will be acting as a mediator to solve the conflicts between the employees, or the team of employees, okay, to maintain the positive working environment. They develop conflict resolution strategies and policies at regular intervals. And 11th point, the occupational health and safety also. It is a concern of every personal psychologist at the workplace. So they reduce the occupational hazards and they create some recommendation systems with the safety regulations to all to ensure for the compliance and occupational well-being. Also, the ethical and legal compliances. So the HR practices and policies, they have to other certain ethical and legal standards. So that is also part of this personal psychology that will guide the HR to take decisions by following the various labor laws and regulations, right? And data analysis and research also part of personal psychology. Yes, they do conducting research and data analysis related to the human resources and the organizational behavior, how it can be improvised, that how the data can be utilized in such a way, like the data driven recommendations and the data driven decision support system, how it can be helpful to the uh, organization. So the 14th point, employee relations. Yes, the well-being of employee relations. So they create the positive environment among the employee networks, and that will be very transparent and fair enough. Uh, Also, the talent management is also the function of the personal psychology. So they create strategies for the talent acquisition, retention, and successful planning. So they identify the highly potential employees to have a career graph in a very positive manner. Thank you. Let us see in the next class.